of basically taking people's money and then using it as an investment. Unless you are qualified or in some way as an investment.
No, I'm not.
Right, so maybe that could be the start. If you contact the FSA and then the Financial Services Association, and then they could sort of tell you how you can actually qualify to then take people on, because it's kind of like a specialist kind of thing.
Right.
And I've never done that. I haven't done that, although I do sell shares in my company, but that's slightly different. It's not like I'm taking people's money to invest abroad or invest in different areas. They buy shares in a company just like any other company.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very sorry I can't really answer that, but inshallah. Okay, so Ashraf, you were talking about the online
So we touched
marketing.
on viral marketing, and it's huge. Every single corporation is talking about how to distribute their product virally. So it goes from either writing a blog, tweeting, telling your friends on Facebook, and it's free. It's crazy. It's free. I mean, actually, people hire people to write blogs about themselves.
That's right.
I think famous singer Alicia Keys, she was hiring actual fans to build up a blogging site for her. So people, it's free for you to use if you have a good loyal customers, or you can even pay someone to do it and generate the interest and fake it. But it's out there, and the good thing about that, you don't need an office. You can do it for a very, very nominal fee. Just all you need is a host and a domain, and obviously if you don't know the knowledge on how to like make a website or make an application, you need someone to do it for you.
Okay.
But
so just a quick question, Ashraf. You know, you've talked about cost per click.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, how does it really work? You know, I've heard about, like you said, when you click on an advert or something, then you get charged. But is it like an auction? Or, I mean, because just to clarify for people, how does it really work? Say, for example, I'm an accountant and someone's advertising in that area. How would you be able to go in as an accountant and then...
that's a really good question. I mean, the reason why AdSense is really popular is because it is, as you said, auctionable, that you just specify keywords for your product, and depending on how many other people are paying for that keyword, depends on where you get ranked on the actual list where your advert appears. So you can like pay a nominal fee, like if you go on eBay and stuff like that, you can pay at auction level. But if you want to invest in like advertise on a direct site, like a really famous website, I don't know, Microsoft website, a big website, you really have to go through their advertising agency, and there is usually like a fixed rate fee because they're sponsoring that space. Okay. So whether you provide a good advert or bad advert, they don't mind. They just give you the opportunity to go there. So and the advertising market on the internet is huge. I think it's worth $6 billion at the moment, but even in the latest release of OS 4, the new Apple software, they're bringing out iAds. So there's going to be a huge competition on the internet right now, Apple versus Google, for people wanting to provide you an adware solution. So it's a huge market out there, and so many people are using it. I mean, it's part of the reason why the newspaper industry is starting to die off and become troublesome. It's because people have stopped advertising in newspapers and they're just advertising online. And the good thing about advertising online is you can get that targeted form of advertising. So you can say, okay, I only want to advertise on these kind of websites. So if you want to advertise a halal product, they will advertise only on halal sites. Just like, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So you can narrow it down even to that level with ethnic minorities, and it's not that. I think it's like geographically you can narrow it down, so I can target people in London or to a postcode. But I didn't know that you can actually narrow it down to, you know, ethnic minorities. I can target like Bengalis only in the UK. Can it be done?
Well, that's the focus it's going towards right now. When it first started, people were surprised that it became that popular, but now you pretty much target it towards, you know, if it's 18 plus, or if it's for children, or if it's what kind of educational
demographics. Okay.
Yeah, so they are trying to make it, because the more information they know about you, the more. That's why marketing and advertising is huge, because people are just harvesting information. That's why people freak out whenever Facebook changes their policy. It's because they want to resell that information to advertisers, to marketing people, so they can compile the information and focus that advertising towards you. Because nowadays, people are less inclined to pay for products. Like, you'd rather watch a movie on TV for free than renting it on DVD. Well, some people are like that, but it's like that on the internet as well.
Yeah, so all really fantastic stuff, Ashraf. I'll get you to continue in a moment, but I'm just trying to make it very simple for the audience. I mean, you've explained it beautifully, actually. So cost per click is basically, say for example we're in competition, right? You would bid on a keyword like bookkeeper, bookkeeper in London, right? Let's say you bid 10p, I bid 11p. That means I'll be #1 position on Google, and you'll be position 2.
That's correct.
So that's called paid sponsorship or cost per click, right? And these are, the program itself is called AdWords by Google, okay? So there's something called paid search results, and there's organic search results. Organic search results you get in there free, but you're not guaranteed any position. It really depends on how much traffic, and especially if you're starting off, you're not going to get that huge traffic in the beginning to be #1. Okay, so some people just want to get into the market, they want to push their product, so they go through the bidding system, which is called cost per click. So you've covered that, and you've also gone into social media as well. And you've mentioned, you know, Facebook, Twitter, and all these social media sites, even Umacom as well. I'm trying to build it into more like a business community, so it's focused community into business. More Muslims coming on, or there's halal regulations, so I'm trying to build a board of Sharia compliant advisors, where basically they will start advising me and advising the clients how to be Sharia compliant. So I'm trying to make it all like halal community in a way.
Well, that's good. It's the power of the actual community behind the technical engine, rather than how fancy your website is. For example, you got Facebook for like teenagers, university people, generic people. You got Umacom for like halal, ethical people that are looking to get into business as well. You got like LinkedIn, people like that. You got traders kind of websites. You got so it's the power of the community you're building. You even got like snowboarders, social community. So really, you can, if you're making something.
And the guys that we met with last week as well, couch surfers and whatever.
Oh, that was crazy.
That's crazy. I mean, we don't want to go into too much of that.
Just mentioned it.
Oh, we mentioned it. Now everyone's going to go into it.
It's people that want to like travel to different countries and see what the country's like. So it's pretty much like, you know, going on a school trip, except it's not school children. So it's adults.
So if I wanted to travel in Germany, then I'll find someone that basically can show me around Germany and stuff. So I was trying to find friends, like pen pals, basically.
So there's a niche for all the communities.
That's right.
And what you got to do as a marketer is jump on that. And if your product is to do with people that are traveling, if you want to sell, for example, translation books, you can advertise
on that site. So yeah, it's all brilliant and very beautifully done, actually, Ashraf. So you want to carry on with that, or is there something that you want to add more?
There's one thing you mentioned, organic search results. That if you do create your website with the right keywords and that it's actually a useful business website, you can get listed automatically on the biggest search engines. They use these components called robots, which scan through your pages and work out what your business is about using the text on the page. And organically, you can get a high position on these search results. So when Bing trial your website, when Google travel your website, naturally, the cream of the crop, if you have a good, useful website that people are visiting and is actually articulated correctly, you have the correct keywords. So if you are a bookshop keeper, you list all your books that you're selling, it will rise to the top. But usually, actually they're getting out of fashion at the moment. There's something called search engine optimization, where you get kind of like specialists that fine-tune, that, you know, have a lot of history in knowing how to tweak it. I'm sure you've had a great deal of knowledge. It's pretty much through experience, because as you get more people, more search engine optimizers, you get companies trying to fight their hacks and techniques to put their website to the top. So it's you can learn it yourself, or you can hire an expert to do it for you.
But the idea isn't just to use one social network, but to use as many as possible, because the more places that you're actually mentioned, or your site link is mentioned, the more links that's linking back to you, the higher ranking you'll get on the free search results.
So posting on free directories, like even Umacom, you will get organic search results back. So it's good to share, it's good to befriend people, it's good to partner. So
I mean, that's basically what really inspired me to start Umacom, is to have a platform which is halal platform, and also make it revenue sharing. Now you've got all these other social networks out there, but they don't share the revenue. You mentioned £6 billion in advertising revenue for online.
That was the figure last year. I don't know what it is
that could be more. It could be up to 10 billion now. And we know most of the traffic that's actually coming through mobiles, and you're a specialist in the mobile technology, so I'm going to have you talk about that in a minute. So be prepared for that, inshallah. So, so basically, with the Umacom site, I'm making it more like everyone effectively can potentially be a partner, because the more activity they do on the site, if they post their business in a directory, if they start